100% made in America. More Frank now on 96.1 KLPX.
This is another one of those segments, Christine, where you would have really enjoyed being in the studio.
I know.
We are going to say hi and meet our new friend. Her name is Chandrea Thomas. She's a food blogger. You can find her on Facebook as The Intrigued Foodie. Chandrea, good morning.
Good morning. What's up, man?
It is nice to have you in here. I love your smile. It's so awesome to have you here. What does this say? You've got a shirt. She's got Christine. She's got swag.
Nice. Designed on Canva.
Very nice. I just want to introduce you to our listeners and give a little bit of your background. You've got a news media broadcast background in TV, and you've worked from Midland, Odessa to Columbus, Ohio, Orlando, Florida, St. Louis, and parts in between. How long have you been in Tucson?
Technically, I've been in Tucson. We moved to Tucson in May of 2019.
Oh, you got here right at a good time.
Right.
Right before pandemic. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you were at K-Gun.
Yeah, so I moved from St. Louis it was an interesting dynamic as to why I moved back from St. Louis, but also why I left my news job in St. Louis and ended up here back in Tucson. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so basically, your parents, as they get a little bit older, you want to be closer. And so there were some health issues with my dad.
Okay.
And I wanted to get closer to home, to get back home. And so I had the opportunity to get an opportunity at K-Gun. And so that's where I ended up. So I was anchoring Monday through Friday on CW Tucson, and then I would fill in anchor on K-Gun, and then I would be the investigative / consumer reporter. So I was like, getting all the tea.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. And where was your father living? Was he here in Tucson?
No, my dad is in LA.
Oh, okay.
So I want to be within like a driving distance of,
Absolutely.
And my mom is in Casa Grande. So it's like, you say Casa Grande, Casa Grande?
Whatever. I don't know.
I say Casa Grande. So yeah, my mom's in Casa Grande. And so it's a good, middle ground.
Absolutely. Very nice. All right. But then you decided to make a change and you stepped away from K-Gun. And when did you do that?
That was more than a year and a half ago now. It was like the summer of 22.
Okay.
And at that time, because actually for a while there, I had actually been anchoring from my bedroom during COVID.
Christine, you know all about that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I had my
I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I had like my whole little green screen set up and stuff or whatever, and I was anchoring from home. And then what happened was eventually the newscast that I was anchoring Monday through Friday became anchorless. So it became an anchorless newscast.
But still a newscast.
Still a newscast that just has like stories kind of dropped in and then like maybe the weather segment pre-taped and then that was it. So there was no space for an anchor anymore. And I was like, that was my cue to like exit.
So,
I mean, yeah.
If they're taking your job away, then what's the point of sticking around?
Yeah, I mean, I could have stayed as a reporter, but for me, the anchoring part was like one of the things I really love to do. And so for me, I just didn't feel like I got everything I wanted out of the job at that point.
So what I hear is, Christine, you know what it's like in radio. There are no jobs anywhere that pay. It's nearly impossible. You've almost got to be legacy radio person or know someone.
Yeah.
But the idea of having to step away from what you've done and what you've known for your adult life, and then to like make a change into the .com world or the streaming world or the social media world. Yeah. That sounds super scary to me, Chandrea.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, I've always been, before I left Arizona, I was at Fox Sports Net way back in the day. And so my husband and I'm a risk taker.
Okay.
So I took the risk, and so I just made the jump. So for me, transitioning out of it was okay, but I made sure that my creativity was still intact. So I started my podcast. I have like a true crime podcast about missing people of color. I started that January 1 of 2019.
How's that working out for you?
Oh, it's awesome. It ended up on Good Morning America, my podcast, and everything, dude. Yes!
Hey, Christine, you were sitting down and you're chatting with Gayle King or something. You're talking to like big famous people now. So
well, Robin Roberts follows me on Twitter.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Nice. On
X. I've had an interesting journey. One risk that I did take that I feel like it was like if I don't make this move, what am I doing?
Right.
And so when I was in St. Louis, I was anchoring Monday through Friday, right? I had had a newscast. I was doing my thing there. And the folks at Oxygen Network approached me about doing an investigative series about a woman.
Oh.
Yeah, who was missing, who I had covered the story in St. Louis. And and so I ended up.
Wow.
Yeah, so my option was to either take this chance and do this series for this network and search for this woman.
Right.
Or stay in this job. And I literally walked away from the money.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
I walked away from the money and went on this journey. It was about a year of me and this retired police chief that I knew from my reporting days.
Right.
We went off on this journey. The series is called The Disappearance of Phoenix Colden.
Okay.
So you can still see it. It's still on Oxygen. It's online. You can still see it. And so that was a risk. So I kind of feel like, if you don't take a chance, low risk, low risk. You get high risk, high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's kind of where it was. So I'm not fearful of anything. That's just me.
And that's inspiring.
Wow.
I love it too. All right. So you find out that your work situation changes and it's left you less than satisfied. And so you go, all right, what am I going to do next? How do you come about making that choice or that decision? Or did you already know what you were going to do?
Here's the thing. See, when news people leave news, one of two things occur, okay? And the newsies out there, whoever hears this, you probably will agree.
If it's radio, if it's anything like radio, you're doing real estate or something else. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you leave news, 90-something% of the time,
Right.
you either become a salesperson or you go into some sort of PR.
Yep.
And
Right,
for me, I wanted to go into PR, so I ended up I went to Bayer, Marana for a while as a communications person, and then I ended up being the comms director now at the county attorney's office.
Oh, okay.
So, but then I still get to tell stories. I still deal with the media every day. And so I get the mix of everything I was getting out of news.
Absolutely. You've got real quick, because I'm a Marana resident. You say Bear Marana, and I immediately think of that giant greenhouse. Is that what you're talking about?
It's the big greenhouse.
Do you know how many square feet that thing is?
Oh, gosh.
Christine, it's
a lot.
Wow, really?
It's a lot of square feet.
yeah, a lot is right.
It's huge. And what they do there is they grow corn to help save the world and feed the world in the future.
That's right. Yeah. A lot of it's GMO, but they're working on like GMO corn in different climates and different regions of the world and stuff. So.
Oh, that's great.
Chandrea Thomas, food blogger. So you made the
yeah.
You made the the reason you're here. So we find out a little bit about your background, that you a change at work happens and you decide to step away. Where does the food blogging thing come into play?
Well, see, here's the thing. So when I was in St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
And I had a little bit of idle time. And so
Sure.
it started when I was in St. Louis. I was actually going around town trying different things, the popcorn man at City Hall, the favorite hot dog spot or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was trying random things, or I would find the limited edition foods and try those things that no one would pick up, right?
Right, yeah.
And so I started doing those things and kind of going around St. Louis and doing those things. And then as I moved here, it just continued.
You
it just continued.
kept doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice. All right. So, what are some of the last couple posts on your food blog? And again, it's the Intrigued Foodie on Facebook. Christine, yeah.
I just want to tell Chandrea something, that I saw your churro Oreo post, and I bought them because of your your video, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
So what did you think about the infused sugar crystal things?
I loved them. I mean, I agree with you that it was just like, it did smell like cereal. Yes, it did, but I did love it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, thank you. See, they're delicious. I tell the truth. I
Yes,
tell
you do.
the truth. Okay.
Absolutely.
If it's
you nailed it.
nasty, you will know. Listen. That's just how I do things.
Well, you gotta tell me what you guys are talking about, because this is the first time I'm hearing of this product.
So here's the thing. So, I go to Walmart, right?
Of course.
Early Saturday mornings before it gets too crowded.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a good time to go.
And so that center aisle always has like the limited edition stuff. And so I'm always looking for something new to try.
Sure.
And I found those it was like the Oreo churro Oreos. I was like, ooh. Yes. Yes. This can't go wrong. This can't go wrong.
So then you're walking through the aisle and you see something and you just know immediately, I'm gonna focus on that. I'm gonna highlight that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I even tried. I remember I did a thing where I wanted to try the the Dolly Parton cakes. She has cakes and biscuits and all this stuff, right? So I was like, oh, I got to try I tried the Dolly coconut cake. Did a review on that. I baked a cake and did all the stuff, and I gave Dolly, I think I gave her an 8.
Oh,
what? Yeah, don't sleep on the Dolly cake mix now. Don't sleep on the Dolly cake mix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andre's killing me.
I'm gonna get it. I'm getting it.
I love it. So, what's the last thing that you worked on? Do you remember the last food item that you worked on?
So what I have now, I found, because I also try to follow like the TikTok trends and all that stuff.
Sure.
So there were like this frozen grape, frozen cotton candy grape thing. So
Okay.
I was strolling through Walmart, and the packages just get me. When the packages are like bright and all, colorful, you're like, ooh, this gotta taste good.
Yeah.
And so I got that, and then I bought the Dirty Dr. Pepper. That was another trend. I haven't tried it. I haven't done it yet.
What's Dirty Dr. Pepper?
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So apparently Coffee Mate created this Dirty Dr. Pepper mixture stuff that you mix with a bottle of Dr. Pepper. I haven't done it yet. But it's kind of like, like the Laverne and Shirley thing from back in the day. I think it has something to do with like the milk and Coke thing. I think it's something like that.
I haven't thought of that in decades.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what they're trying to do with it.
Remember salted peanuts in a Coke can too?
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, that was kind of gross, but interesting.
I never did it. Yeah.
It's one of those things you're like, okay, tried it, I'm good. But I will say, so this is what I do. So I either go to a restaurant or some place that I find, like social media really draws me in.
Yep.
So I'll either find some place on Instagram or something like that. I'll try it, and like I'll go and like get the food and like take video and pictures and just post it.
Right.
Or if the people are really interesting, like, or if they're cool, I'll like, hey, can I do a foodie feature? I'm like, oh, I need to talk to you more.
Right.
So I'll do a story on that.
Yeah.
Or I'll just like go out to my car and try some stuff and like tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Go out to your car and eat it. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I do those things aside from like I do international food halls or like, yeah, man, I do like a combination of things.
So we're also festival heavy here too in Southern Arizona. There's always some kind of food festival thing going on too. Have you? And then I like stumble on one that's like in the heart of the Chinese district, and it's like the oddest thing. I don't like a Chinese chorizo festival.
Wow.
Like what? I didn't know. I just didn't know.
You know what? Let me ask you this. And actually, this is something I mentioned in the video I posted. So what do you think is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Here in Tucson, right off the top of my head, I had kangaroo once.
Kangaroo?
Whoa.
Yeah, they were doing roo ribs. It's like a thing in Australia.
Roo ribs?
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. How is that legal? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Fuddruckers used to have like all kinds of exotic meat burgers, like ostrich and stuff. My kids used to get those.
Okay, yeah.
What, ostrich burgers? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine is not meat because
Okay.
as I was thinking about this interview, and I was like, man, what's the weirdest thing? I was like, honestly, in St. Louis, the St. Paul sandwich to me was the most bizarre thing.
Oh, I'm a sandwich person,
And
so.
so it's like an egg foo young patty.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between this is clearly somebody's like hangover meal. Okay. It was an egg foo young patty with 2 pieces of white bread, mayo, and pickles. And then onions. And I was like, and so people kept saying, you need to try the St. Paul. And I tried it like my last week in St. Louis. Because if it was going to be nasty, I was going to be out of town by the time they tried to hunt me down. And so I was like, listen, I literally did it towards the end of my time in St. Louis, for real, for a reason. And so it was just so bizarre, but it worked. No onions. I couldn't do the onions thing.
Okay, yeah.
But it was so bizarre, but it worked.
Was it one of these things that you had seen for months and months and it didn't look appealing to you and you were avoiding? The way you're talking about waiting until you were getting ready to move away.
To try it.
Yeah.
And like the whole time I was there, they kept saying, do the St. Paul sandwich. People kept telling me to do it. And I kept looking, saying, I don't know about this one.
But the review after you did it.
It was like I was pleasantly surprised.
You were
it
into
worked,
it.
But I could only take a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? You just get a
couldn't
little
eat
bit.
Couldn't eat the whole thing.
Oh, no. No. Love
It's
y'all,
a
St.
lot.
Louis, but I'm just being real with it. I can only take a little bit of that.
Chandrea Thomas. It's the Intrigued Foodie on Facebook. She's on Instagram as well. Have you gotten any blowback from a less than kind review that you gave to someone? Have you heard from someone slid into your DMs and been like, dude, what are you doing?
Not really. I think what happens is this. I think what happens is when I post, usually the restaurant owner will say, "Oh, thanks," and they'll repost it or something like that. But the ones that aren't so good,
Yeah.
they just don't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want anyone to bring any more attention to the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're
Nice.
not going to retweet or repost or anything.
They
Yeah,
won't be doing that. And I also do like Yelp Elite stuff. So because I've been doing Yelp reviews for like years,
Oh,
right?
gotcha,
For like
yeah.
a long time. And so I do those too, and I'll post stuff on there.
I'm sorry. I have Yelp on my phone, but I've never heard of Yelp Elite.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes. Yep. A leader right here. Okay. Yeah. So it's basically you have to be invited in, or have like a track record of like doing reviews for a long
Gotcha.
time.
That makes sense. So you're like their top 1% of Yelp reviewers and
Hey
stuff.
man, I'm trying to get there, man. I'm trying to
So,
get there.
okay, well, if you're a Yelp leader, then you have to know about Tamerico, which was just given the
Yes.
designation as #1 Yelp reviewed restaurant in America.
Yes, I
And,
have.
and we just had Wendy Garcia in the studio. So,
and I have not been there yet.
well, okay.
I haven't been there yet.
Listen.
So
Funny.
Christine, will you come up one day and Chandrea and Rob and myself, the four of us, can go to Tamerico? We should go and all experience it together. I would love
I
that.
yes,
love it.
and I will
I would
hold.
love it.
I won't do that, but I know the one place I'm going to try, and I think, and I know your producer saw my post about Sweet Tomato.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
I
like,
know.
I was like, what's the deal? Because I had never gone there before.
Did you finally go?
And so people were just like going back. No, I don't want to wait in line.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was
You're
like,
waiting.
yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'll wait, like, give it some time.
Yeah.
And then I'll go get in. Yeah.
I don't need to be an early adopter. I can let other people do the stand in line thing. I'll just wait till
I'll
the
just wait my time, man. Wait my
Absolutely.
Yeah, people are like, I can't believe you've never been there. I'm like, no, I always drove by.
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I never stopped. You know what I mean? So
Chandrea Thomas, check out the Intrigued Foodie on Facebook and Instagram. Are you still on Twitter or X or whatever?
I'm on the Twitters.
Yeah.
I'm on the TikToks until we'll see what happens with that.
Right.
Instagram
What
and
about
Facebook.
Threads?
I have a Threads.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
yeah.
on Threads too.
What about Truth Social?
No.
That's a joke. I'm just being
I was
silly.
like, what, is that a new one? I was like, where'd that come from?
No, that's
Oh,
the,
okay,
that-
okay.
Trump's.
that's the one Trump does now.
Oh.
But it's funny. It is.
All
It
right.
is a funny
And
one. Yeah.
I just installed it yesterday, and I was very pleasantly surprised to see how hard he's being trolled on there. It's very funny.
Really? Okay, I need to get with the program. Okay.
All right. Well, look, I hope we get to see you again in the future.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and we'll be following. I just followed you on Instagram. I'm going to follow you on the other platforms.
Okay.
And thank you for coming to say hi and meet with us and visit and everything. It was very exciting for us. Thank you.
Thank you. This is my first time being live on anything in a long time.
Good for you. Thank you for doing it.
I
I
appreciate it. No problem.
We have a new colleague that starts on Monday. His name's Mike Rapp. Mike Rapp is kind of a Tucson radio legend. He's been doing mornings on Mix FM for a couple years, but they've got a new morning show that starts on Monday. And Mike is going to start hosting middays on Monday on this station. So we're going to say hi to Mike when we come back. So, Chandrea Thomas, the Intrigued Foodie, you're the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's The Frank Show. We'll be right back.
More Frank Show straight ahead on 96.1 KLPX.
Are you still with me?
The Frank Show on 96.1 KLPX. Here's Frank.
I just want to say there's not a morning that doesn't go by, Christine, where I don't walk through the hallways and hear Mike's voice coming from his studio, and I'm not super envious of those golden pipes of his.
Oh, yeah.
I hear him. I hear him doing a voiceover or recording a weather segment. And I go, oh my God, he sounds so golden.
No,
you
he's
do it.
he's got the pipes for
You
sure.
do a couple more years of that hard liquor, you'll be fine, boy. You sound like
Mike Rapp is our guest and newest colleague on KLPX. It's good to have you back. You were on KLPX in mornings in the 90s.
80s.
80s, even further back.
Yeah, OG, baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was Nikki and Mike doing mornings on Mix FM. And then your colleague found her new life partner, and she ditched you. She ditched you like a bad habit, Mike.
Well, I couldn't blame her. She
What else?
She met this guy. He was a forensic accountant.
Oh.
And she sent me a picture of her on the plane in first class heading to Paris this morning.
That's right. Yeah.
And they're going to stay a couple of weeks in Paris, and they're going to his house in Nice on the Riviera.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So you know, what am I supposed to? Am I pray against that? No.
No, you can't. And then, look, and this is just a human. This is human nature. If I got an instant message from some woman that lived in Nice and she's like, "Did your husband?" I'd be like, "Hey, honey, listen."
God.
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, it's. I'm looking forward. I'm going to be coming here. I'll probably visit with you a lot in the morning before we do our little handover to
Absolutely.
middays.
Yes.
And I'm going to have all kinds of stuff. And speaking of the '90s, they're working on this '90s thing for me.
Okay.
That I
Yeah.
can do over lunch.
Oh, like
So we're going to crank up a bunch of stuff. And the studio's a lot different. Where are all the records? The albums, the LPs. There's no turntables in here.
no, and there hasn't been for a really long time. It's sad. I know.
Where's the ashtray?
Yeah.
It's all digital now. There's no more analog cigarettes. Everyone's
Where's the
using
cocaine?
Well, we had a it was a hubcap from a 1973 Olds Cutlass that was suspiciously filled with sticks and seeds.
using a hubcap to roll doobies in the 80s, Christine.
That was such a long time ago, and I survived. It's really quite remarkable.
The thing that I love, it's not the thing, but I love the fact that I only just learned after working with Mike all these years that his old man worked in Huntington, West Virginia, which is where I grew up, Christine. You never lived there?
I spent a lot of summers there. And,
summers.
kind of stuff. So, they dump us off with the grandparents and go someplace.
Oh, boy, that sounds like punishment
Well,
almost.
the old man had a nice wood shop back in the at the end of the lot there.
Okay.
So we'd go make furniture and
Nice.
stuff like that, and they were pretty good folks.
Wow.
So this is you were on KLPX doing mornings before in the 80s, but then you started back doing mornings with Mix before pandemic. You were doing
I went from, this is a long, sordid story.
Yeah.
I went from rock and roll to news talk.
Okay.
And I was a pretty moderate guy.
Okay.
And it was driving him crazy. Well, it's kind of like you. You're a pretty regular guy, and all of a sudden you get these people.
yeah.
So I almost had a heart attack from that. And they hired me over to this other station to do mornings with kind of a classic rock thing. And then I was doing news for, country people. And all of a sudden it was just a whirlwind of nightmarish transitions.
Yeah. But you were back in this Lotus building, though, like 2017, I want to say. Is that right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there?
Yeah, and I've been, working on Mix and doing some other stuff like that. So, but I was fortunate in that, they could have thrown me out. I could be, I could be sweeping up someplace, and they were and they opened up middays for me, and I'm just as happy as a clam.
Yeah, no, listen, I've been with this company for 24 years, and I've been through several transitional changes, and have been fortunate enough to survive each of those transitions. This is nice. You lost you were doing mornings, Nikki and Mike. Nikki found her life partner.
Yeah.
What were they going to do? Were they going to sit you?
Well, the deal was they were looking for somebody to build another show with.
Right.
And these folks moved to town from Cali, where they'd been kicked around in the radio business for a while, and they held it together and saw that opening, and they opened it up. And then, so which would you rather do? Build a new team or slam in a
and try to and keep fingers crossed that they move the ratings needle and all that.
Yeah. So they did what they had to do. But I brought my stuff. I got.
Christine, he's got a bag of all of his personal belongings that's going to be moved into the studio.
This is a plant. That's a real plant, Frank.
He goes, hey, I hope you're okay with plants.
And I brought some eye drops.
Oh, those will definitely, come on.
We got my
gotta have those.
glasses cleaners.
Oh, very nice.
I got my, this was left over from my old partner. She used Eucerin. Do you know what that is, honey?
Eucerin?
Yeah.
Eucerin?
Eucerin.
I love it.
What is it, Christine?
It's a
lotion.
Healing
Yeah.
lotion.
Oh,
Balm.
okay, yeah. What do you got there?
Fingernail clips.
Oh, fingernail clips. Thank you. I need those almost every day. Chapstick. Yeah.
Chapstick.
Yeah.
You got those. You got to have Q-tips.
He's got Q-tips.
Q-tips.
Oh my God, we got to get Mike a cubby.
Hey, will
This
you?
is Sudafed.
Oh God, you got to like sign over your ID and firstborn to get Sudafed these days.
Yeah, and I got a thing to squirt. I got an air plant. I got an air plant and a thing to squirt it with.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I love those.
I don't know what I've never seen this before.
Yeah, this is a fake planter my daughter got me. It's a radio with a plant.
I
in
see
it.
that. That's right. Yeah.
So you mind if we dress this up? In
No,
here?
I wish you would. I'm so happy to have you in here.
I have
with
my
us.
putter in the car, and we got some golf balls in a cup.
Oh, he's also got the Long Live Capybara's coffee cup, which is
Yes.
my favorite coffee cup, Christine.
And I have Dios de los Muertos people. There's one is Christine and the other's Frank. See?
What?
I love it.
He's like Gallagher in here with a bunch of props.
And
Get
I
in
have
his cubby.
I have my hummingbird feeder.
He's got a
So
hummingbird
we're going
feeder.
to put that, and so you can come in the morning and see the hummingbirds having their
Yes,
breakfast.
yes.
Oh, nice.
Mike Rapp's going to be following us weekdays, middays, starting on Monday. And, you know, the best thing about this for you is it's not going to be a 10 a to 3 p.m. shift.
This is going to be weird.
It's going to be, what is it going to be?
It's going to be 10 to whenever they tell me to go home kind of thing.
Oh,
So
I thought it was 10 a to 2 p. I thought they cut off that last hour.
I'm not real sure. But I'll just keep going.
Because I did a midday show in Florida, Christine, and from 10 a to 3 p, I was okay until 2 p.m., that final hour. I wanted.
Right. It's a grind. It is. It's hard. I know. Yeah.
Just got to press busy on all the phones and try to take a nap.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I'm going to
play
go try
some
and find a
Pink Floyd.
hubcap, and I'll be back. I'll see you on Tuesday.
I can't wait. You taking Monday off?
Yeah, I'm going to a wedding up in Phoenix.
Okay, very nice.
So, yeah, Sunday afternoon, so I don't think I want to drive.
All right. Mike Rapp on Tuesday
Thank you,
at
Frank,
10.
for being so welcoming, Christine. Thank you
Always.
so much.
Yeah. No,
Of course.
you're our favorite, and I can't wait to talk a bunch of bull crap every day. So
Oh, my God. It's
very nice.
exciting.
All right. We'll get a break and be right back and wrap this up. It's the Frank Show. Can't talk.
More of the world famous Frank Show in a bit
That's wonderful.
on 96.1 KLPX. Hey, you, pay attention. Back to the Frank Show now on 96.1 KLPX.
I just opened up an email. I'm sorry. I tapped on a link in an SMS text message, and now I've got all the 420 deals at the dispensary near my house.
Nice.
Join us for our 420 celebration. We've got all your favorite brands and all the deals that you are looking for.
Yay.
You can buy one, get one. What? 42% off? What? $42 half ounces? What? $4.20 grams? What?
Yep.
$42 Fino Fifths? What? 5.5 grams of premium flour, bro.
Don't know what that means. How much is that?
5.5 grams?
Is that a lot? 3 ounces? No. What is it? How many?
Well,
not ounces.
let's see. A quarter ounce is 8 grams. So an eighth would be half of that. Would be 3.5 grams.
Oh,
So
okay.
7
No.
grams in a quarter means there's 28 grams in an ounce.
That's right. Good job.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't know.
I don't think you need to unless you're dealing. You know.
Yeah, right. Those are my old days.
Yeah. I think
No.
I think I actually what I was doing I didn't consider dealing.
No.
No, but I was getting an ounce, and then I was basically getting my smoke for free.
You were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see how you were doing it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because
Very
you
smart.
pay like $300 for a zip, and then
Yeah.
you got 3 friends that are going to give you a hundo for a quarter, and then
Yep.
and then I get that 4th quarter for my chicks for free.
I love it. I was never that smart. I could never do the math or pay attention. And sometimes I would just be like, you know what? I don't know. Here, just take it. Just take it. I don't know what I'm doing.
They got scales. You remember before they had the digital scales, they had the ones with the roach clip on it, where you would just like you would clip your little baggie to it and then hold it
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good to
Oh, my
me.
God.
Oh.
That's great.
Anyway, we got to get out of here, you guys. So thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm so excited for the weekend, Christine.
It's so beautiful out. It's just gorgeous. I
Yeah.
love this time of year.
Enjoy your 420. Have a safe weekend. We'll see you Monday on The Frank Show. Bye-bye.
The Frank Show. Back Monday.